This is the March 2020 Water Elemental / Sign reading brought to you by me, Van Gogh. This may or may not resonate. If you desire a more personal reading, you know where to find me. My contact information is wherever it would typically be. I would say like, share, and subscribe, but honestly, the only thing I would want from you, if you gain anything from this energy exchange, is to pay it forward any way you deem fit. But before we go any further, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Clear the space, silence the ego, open the heart, and relax the mind so that you may receive the messages without hesitation and manifest destiny sans procrastination. Thank you. I command all negative energies to leave this space and return to whence you came. You are not welcome here. Okay, let's begin. So, yeah, all right. So, as you can see, I already got the overall vibe for this month laid out before you guys. And, yeah, so let's get into it. So when I was shuffling, well, I asked the question, what was the overall vibe for this month for water elemental signs, water element, water signs, however you like to say it, insert the way you say it here. But yeah, so that's Pisces, Scorpio, and who else? Cancer. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So if you are a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, if you have those placements anywhere in this chart, this may resonate with you. So when I was shuffling, I was just thinking to myself, can you break water? And then I also started to think to myself, I guess the vibe for water signs, or like, you know, the whatever, the vibe for, yeah, for the vibe for water signs is basically people are making you bend to excess in an attempt to break you, but it's kind of like, can water break? Can you break water? And I don't know. I came to the consensus that you can't just break water. Water just is. So if it's 1 drop, 1 gallon, 10 gallons of ocean fill and beyond, it's just the more water you have, the more potential, I guess, to do whatever you see fit. But like, I'm rambling on, but like, I'm just telling you, like, I'm just setting up the scene. But basically, okay, so what I was saying about the more water you have, the more potential you have. So this month for water signs, it's really just trying to sit back and regroup and gather all of your water, so to speak, and your strength, your emotions, your strength, whatever, physically, mentally, emotionally, you're just trying to recall all of that back at this moment in time right now. So yeah, that was while I was shuffling. So let me get into the cards. So the following cards came out: the hippie with a really long hair in reverse, trapped in reverse, the gamer, the neighbor in the apartment upstairs. They spent 6 weeks in the hospital. Both of these are in reverse, by the way. Oh, the whole row's in reverse. And the little black cat in reverse, and they've got a gun in reverse, and a subway station in reverse. So basically, with the hippie with the really long hair in reverse, that indicates to me that water signs, it's back to business. I just heard, I've been gone for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Who's in the club in case something jump off. So yeah, like you're getting back to business. It was like, I guess at one point perhaps you're coming out of a time where you were just like playful, frivolous, not really, focused, but now it's just kind of like, okay, you mean business, back to work. Why? With Trapped in Reverse and the Gamer, you are attempting, or you have already, or you will be trying to free yourself from a situation where it just feels like you're being jerked around with the gamer. It just feels like a lot of games are being played and none of your needs are being met. The situation, I don't see any love cards out here, but a love card did come out. Well, not a love card, but a love light card did come out, but for another question, we'll get to that. But basically the situation is general. It really could apply to anything, but I'm just feeling that whatever this situation is here, you just feel like you've been played, the gamer, you've been played, and you're freeing yourself from that. So further clarifying it, we go down here with the neighbor in the apartment upstairs in reverse, and they spent 6 weeks in the hospital in reverse. What I get from these two cards is just like finally coming to the light, or a change of view, a change in perspective about the whole situation that you're going through. And I guess what I'm picking up the feeling, something that probably would have devastated you had you been in this frivolous game, I don't want to say game, but like just lighthearted energy where it seems as if like you're, I guess, naive and what's the word, naive and having like no direction, free-spirited. But like some people, they take free-spirited to mean like, you know, you're like stupid. But like something, if you were still in this energy, that would have kind of like just destroyed you because you bossed up. Reverse, you decided to put your foot down and take a logical, I guess, stance to all of this, whatever this may be. You're now, because you have this new, because you took a new stance, you're beginning to see a new perspective. So, okay, so yeah, new perspective, because upright, the person is in the window, right? Oh, okay. I want to make sure I have it right. So the person, I hope I've been holding it up here this whole time. Okay. Anyways, the person is in the window, right? But looking down into the street from the window. So I'm getting like the vibe of like nosy neighbors. They know everything that's going on in the street from their house, but when you're actually in the street, it's a whole different thing. And this doesn't have to be like anything illegal per se, but it's just, you know, different perspective. Like we could see a car accident, and what I see from my apartment upstairs will be different from the pedestrian who was across the street, you know? So yeah, you're beginning to see a new perspective, and you're beginning to see like, hey, maybe this isn't so bad. I'm getting like this scared feeling, especially with the little black cat in reverse, and they've got a gun in reverse. You may have felt like this situation that you were in could have potentially harmed you, with they've got a gun in reverse and a little black cat in reverse. The little black cat, I like the little black cat, but I feel like when it in this reading right now is just like more nefarious, underhanded actions being like, I guess, blocked in the spirit realm, in the 5D. So people sending, you know, magic, bad juju your way, but it's just like, it's being blocked because you bossed up. Many of you are tapping into your ancestors, your spirits, your what is it? What's the word I want to say? You're tapping into your inner world. So because you're tapping into your inner world and your intuition is becoming heightened, it's just putting you in a position where it's just like anything that people send your way, it's like it's null and void, reverse. It's not happening. It's getting sent right back to them, you know? And ending or like closing out this whole entire spread with a subway station in reverse. Every time this card comes out, I think of Neo in the subway station in the Matrix. I don't know which Matrix that was. Maybe the second one or maybe the third one. I don't know, but it wasn't the first one. But with Neo in the subway station in reverse, I take that as you finding a way out. Because if you did see the movie, if you haven't, you should. Just a disclaimer. I'm hearing people saying right now, everyone's seen the Matrix. No, that's not true. That's not true. You'd be surprised. The movies people haven't seen. What is it? Not a textbook study, a case study. I'm like a case study for that. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen that people say that I should have seen, but I'm like, I don't know. But that's getting off topic. But anyways, with the subway station in reverse, it's like you found a way out, because in the movie The Matrix, Neo was stuck in the subway station. He would go in one side of the tunnel, like go out this way and then come back around, literally like a cartoon. He was stuck. He had to wait for, I don't know, the train man to come and like convince the train man. But it's just kind of like, nah, you don't even have to convince the train man, because Neo had to like fight. You know, you just essentially you've found a way to kind of like teleport yourself out of there, or you're trying to, you know, or you will be. This could be past, present, or future. So remember, pick up what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading, but yeah. So that's what I got for that. That's what I got for that. But that's what I got for the overall vibe for this month for the water signs for this spread. But then I pulled a sacred geometry card, right? And it flew out reverse. But when I looked in the book, there's no reverse aspect. There's no reverse aspect for this card. So upright or reverse, it means the same thing. So what I take that as is that it's like 1 + 1 = 2, but I don't know, 1 + 3 - 2 + 1 - 2 = 2 as well. But basically, I should have been doing that math. That's really, really bad. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that you took the long way to get to the same destination, but you still got there. So yeah, the long way. I'm not going to say the wrong way, because you could take whatever path you want in this lifetime. You can make whatever choices that you want, but you took the long way to or you're taking the long way to come to this same conclusion of, like, you know, freeing yourself from whatever this situation is. So let me read 36 so you can see. 36, flower of life, language of silence, language of light. This pattern, called the flower of life, is one of the most universal pieces of sacred geometry available to us. This figure is found flash burned into granite on walls of the Osirian, the Temple of the Resurrection, and Abydos, Egypt. Also found in more than 18 countries around the globe, from Turkey to Tibet, from China to Yucatan, the flower of life has imprinted its wisdom upon humankind. It represents a lattice of pure life force, containing our cellular memory, and it becomes the matrix of all matter. You are asked to imagine this pattern existing as a three-dimensional holographic image made up of 19 interlocking spheres. You may even wish to draw this beautiful shape using a compass. One radius creates this amazing glyph. First, draw a circle. Add a second using any point on the circumference of the first as a center. Continue drawing circles using each intersection as a circle until you create a figure that looks like the one on the card. I was about to say, well, I might as well say it anyway since I paused for so long. But yeah, you could just take your compass and just draw a whole bunch of circles. I used to do this kind of stuff in like, is it second grade? No, I think it was third grade when they introduced the compass. And like those compasses in school, yo, they had like the metal ones, and those could have been weapons. Yeah, they definitely can't have anything like that in school now because these kids are crazy. Because I'm just thinking about the compass now. That point. Yeah, so anyways, the flower of life is an Akashic information system, meaning it contains records of all that was, all that is, and all that will be. The messages it offers are both intimately personal and universal. Open your awareness to the knowledge contained herein and listen to the responses you receive. Trust that what comes to you is of light and meant to be of assistance in achieving your highest good. As the blueprint for all creation, the flower of life will always have something new to teach you. There is no reverse aspect for the flower of life. So, yeah, like I was saying, your intuition, as you boss up and start listening to your inner self, I hope I'm putting it in the right view. As you boss up and start listening to yourself and start freeing yourself from whatever these situations here that did have you scared at one point and had you feeling like jerked around at one point, now it's like you're listening to yourself, you're listening to that inner guidance, and yeah, you took the long way, but hey, you're here, you know? It just took you longer, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I won't say better late than never, but at least you're here, you know? Because some people never make it here, you know? No, some people never make it to this point of awareness, you know? So, you know, thank your people on the other side, and thank yourself, you know? Thank the God within you. So, yeah, anyways, that's the overall energy, the overall vibe for this month for the water signs, water elements. So, continuing it. Let's continue. I just had an idea. Wow. Angel number 639. So, I don't know. I might enact it, but yeah. Anyways. So, the next question I asked was, oh man, I should have put these. I should have had these out the whole time. But yeah, these are the cards that I shuffled. So the next question that I asked was, what energies in particular should we be aware of for March 2020? For, you know, water signs, water elements. And these are the two cards, right? So I didn't see these cards. So the first card is Belphegor. Oh, ew, Belphegor. I know this demon. This is the Demon Tarot, by the way. I think her name's Ariana, not Grande, but her name is, or Ariana Osborne, right? Wow. And for the archetype cards, we got a blank. Okay, this is real interesting. Okay, so the question was, what energies in particular should we be aware of? So off the top, Belphegor is like the king of shit. He's on the toilet. Yeah, he's on the toilet. So this month, beware, or like the energy you should typically, or like in particular be aware of is shit talkers. People who talk a lot of shit can't back it up. That's before I even read what Ariana had to put in this book about it. And then okay, we'll leave this for right now. Let's read on Belphegor. So Belphegor, annotation. Belphegor was the god of the Moabites, first mentioned in the Bible as Baal Peor, lord of the region surrounding the mountain of Peor. He was a regional sun god who eventually evolved into Lord of Hell, associated with the sin of sloth. Yeah, okay. Demonologists claim that his worshippers only spoke to Belphegor while they were on the toilet, and that in addition to more common sacrifices of the time, he also accepted excrement as an offering. He was said to give inspiration for inventions to those who worshipped him, but those schemes often led to ruin. Inspiration. Oddly enough, much of the worship of Belphegor has somehow remained in the lexicon of human nature. Imagine for a moment the often used scene of someone suddenly having a eureka moment while in the bathroom and afterwards rushing off to put plans into motion. That is precisely the scene demonologists attributed to Belphegor's influence. However, as Belphegor is the Lord of Sloth, those ideas may often be get-rich-quick schemes or barely thought-through plans that end up costing more in the long run than a more solid plan with more work would. Inspiration does appear in the most unlikely of places, but inspiration alone means nothing without the willingness to put in the work and get the job done. All right, so so the divination written here is beware of inspiration that seems too good to be true and ideas that seem like easy money with little work required. Okay. Yeah, so this month I'll beware of the shit talkers. These, tax time is coming, tax time, Pisces. A lot of you guys are swimming in cash. I just got that vision, whether it be tax time or not, but a lot of you guys have money and like people know that you have money, and basically trying to get you trapped up in these get rich quick schemes. That's what I'm also getting. Trying to get you to buy into something that's gonna fail in the long run. With this card now, with the archetype cards, they come with like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 blank cards like this one. I took out the rest of them, so there's only one of these in this deck, and I left it like that for a reason. So energies to also be, I guess, particularly aware of is someone ditto, like Pokemon. So a ditto is someone who a ditto is not even a person, but a ditto is a Pokemon in the cartoon that basically can transform to whatever Pokemon, I guess is in their memory, or whatever Pokemon they wish to transform. Of course, they're not as strong or whatever. They may be stronger. That depends on levels, but that's besides the point. They're not actually the Pokemon. They can only copy, the outside and a move, like whatever move that they do, that the original Pokemon does, the Ditto could copy that move. So yeah, beware of the dittos. So people who will change their personality, that act one way in front of you, but then act another way in front of someone else or in a different situation with different people. You know what I mean? Just beware of, be wary and be, what you should be aware of in particular. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. A ditto, a yes man, I don't know, you just need to kind of keep these people, you gotta create boundaries with these people, even like with the way, it's just like, all right, here I am, you could come around here at all angles, but you can't enter here, and just making sure you enforce those boundaries, because, I don't know, I guess if you let a ditto watch you for too long, they could just hijack your whole fresh. That's what I just heard. Hijack your whole, or try to hijack your essence, but they'll be pretty good at copying it. But this is what I was saying. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because what's it? They say imitation is the best form of flattery. So that means you have influence. And with influence, you could do good things, you know, that helps everyone. As opposed to abusing your influence over someone and using them, you know. Make it mutually beneficial. So, yeah. All right. That was that. Okay. So for the next question, I asked, what else should we expect / keep in mind? What else should water signs expect / keep in mind for this month? And the cards came out like this. So the King of Cups came out kind of like sideways. The King of Wands came out sideways. Wow. All of these cards came out. And I don't like it when all these cards come out, but you know, it is what it is. I don't believe in coincidence, so these cards were supposed to come out. And then, oh, you can't even see everything. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, you guys should see everything now. Make sure it's clear. All right. Oh, and then these cards. Okay. So I asked the question, what else should we expect / keep in mind for, you know, the water signs? And the King of Cups came out diagonal with the King of Wands completely sideways. And that's why I was talking about like this love card. So the King of Cups is like the embodiment of love, loving yourself, but it's also the embodiment of self-love. So the direction that I'm taking it, like the way that it's even leaning, so I feel like it's going up. So clockwise, it's turning up. Clockwise, you're coming out of a place of having no boundaries, having low self-esteem, low self-respect, and you're becoming more of an authority of your own in your own life. Before it was just kind of like you just going with the flow. But even like I said at the beginning with the hippie with the really long hair in reverse, it's like, you know, getting back to the business of loving yourself. But in the midst of all that, you have the King of Wands in that sideways, and like, you know, the Wands is all about like action, passion, movement, right? So sideways is just kind of like you just sitting back. Like I said, all the way at the beginning when I was shuffling originally for the overall vibe, is just right now you're sitting back and gathering all of that water, all of that strength. You're gathering it right now because you feel like you're gonna need it, and right now it just seems like the perfect time. That's the overall feeling. So it's just like, well, F it. Let me just focus on me, you know, because whatever the situation is that you were in, you were feeling trapped, and it's just like, you know, something, you have a new perspective. So clarifying these two cards, Malady came out. So yeah, you taking that rest is like, I'm sick, PTO. I'm using all my sick days. Like, don't bother me. Shades are closed, right? Why? Let's see. What does it say? Falseness in reverse. Sadness in reverse. Widower in reverse. Baby in reverse. Thief in reverse. Letter in reverse. And then money sideways, some money sideways, right? So damn, while I was reading it, the whole story flashed before my eyes. So you're taking this time to rest because whatever situation that you came out of, you or this person, because remember the energies could flip as well. I should have said that in the beginning. I need to add that to my intro when I start these readings. But basically, with the falseness in reverse, it's just no longer being able to fake the funk. You want to be happy. With sadness in reverse, you want to be happy. And now I'm picking up a little bit on some love situation, but this could be a family situation or whatever. But yeah, you just want to be happy. You want to find, you don't want, with widower in reverse, like you want to be with someone. Baby in reverse. Now this one's like a little bit tricky. It's just kind of like indicating to me, it's like, if there's children in this situation, feeling sick and tired that these children are like kind of like being like in the middle and they're the ones hurting in the end. Also it could mean to me like neglect of your inner child. You feel like, yo, like I've been neglecting myself. With thief in reverse, it's just like also feeling like I'm not gonna allow myself to be robbed of any time. But like also with the letter in reverse, it's also not saying anything, you know. This is all just what you're thinking about in your mind with your PTO. You calling out because you're just so stressed out. You can't, you know, you just want to be able to feel like, you know, you could breathe. In the middle or like sideways, what's riding on all of this? Some money, so some kind of stability. Yeah, financial stability is definitely riding on this. So I don't know, a home could definitely, like, if this doesn't work out, you know, all that is subjective. I don't want to say if it doesn't work out in the best possible way, but there's a way that could work out where it's beneficial, where it's more beneficial than another way. And I'll just leave it at that. So then also clarifying this, the child in reverse again. Wow. The whip in reverse, the fish, and then the rider. So it's just like, yeah, again, reiterating this neglect of your inner child, or like putting the children away, putting the children, I don't want to necessarily say in the middle too, because it's not necessarily in the middle, but like if there is children, it's just them even witnessing or having to deal with this is, oop, my stomach is growling. Maybe kids are going hungry, you know, so maybe neglect. Yeah, maybe neglect in a way. So like maybe I'm picking up a situation where the person that you're dealing with doesn't necessarily, maybe just provides bare minimum for the children, and like even food may be a little bit scarce, you know, even though it doesn't really need to be. I've met people who grew up like that. That's really, it's sick, you know. But with the child reverse, and then with the whip in reverse, also kind of like just trying to free yourself from the whips and chains. So like you feel like you were tied up, trapped, but in reverse, trying to free yourself, you know. With the fish and then with the rider sideways, it's just kind of just realizing, I guess, you are getting the strength with the rider because it's tilting, it's going up, like, you know, but it's going counterclockwise. So to me, it's kind of like, it's going counterclockwise towards the fish. So it's like, to me, realizing, like turning and realizing, like, oh, there was fish over here. Why was I going backwards? Like, there's more fish in the sea, you know. There's plenty of options. I don't have to deal with this, and it may have felt like it would have been the end of the world at one point had I been in this energy right here, but I've matured. I have matured, so I know better now, you know. I'm better equipped to handle this situation, to move on in a more mature and logical way that will suit my highest good. So, all right. So I guess the next question I'm going to ask, knowing all of this now, is what can we do to heal and protect ourselves? So these are the Archangel Michael Oracle cards. So what can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? And then these are the Goddess Oracle cards. What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? What can we do to heal and protect ourselves? Fine. I'll take all these cards. All right. So I'm going to read them how they fell. All right. So as you can see, Shield Yourself and Sense of Humor both came out sideways, but Sense of Humor is more downward. So Archangel Michael is saying to have a sense of humor, even though you may feel like whatever situation that you're going through is not funny, but the angels, they're saying you're gonna laugh soon enough when you look back on this. So from Archangel Michael, sense of humor. Oh, just in case you guys want to pause for the prayer. But yeah, anyways, my prayer. Thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. So yeah, have a sense of humor, laugh about what's going on. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. They've already tried with the magic, and even probably physically, they probably didn't try to hurt you physically. Well, I don't know, maybe, but talks about hurting you physically, it's hot air, you know. It's hot air. And then Shield Yourself. This came out sideways, but what I'm picking up is you not being, I guess, 100% confident in your shields. It's like I just pictured like a teenage boy trying out his like jock strap for the first time. So you're not you know it's supposed to protect you, but like how much protection does it really have? You have better protection than a jock strap. Best believe your angels do not play. I know my ancestors don't play. My spirits don't play. So if mines don't and you're tuning into this, then yours don't either. So yeah, you can pause this for the prayer. Bing. All right. So from Archangel Michael, Shield Yourself. Archangel Mike, my prayer. Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. And then you can name specific situations or people. All right. So for the Goddess Oracle cards, so first off, Mawu, Mother Earth, came out sideways. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. And it came out on top of the money. And usually this many cards don't come out. So let me just see what's coming out. So Freya Bold, unleash your adventurous side and take risk and be daring. Ararakura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself, the process, and don't give up. Okay. And Ixchel, medicine woman. You are a channel for the divine healing power. So, yeah. What can you do to help heal and protect yourself? You can continue to be in this boss up energy. So divine feminine, divine masculine, whatever you identify with. Or just being the best you can be. Point is, continue to boss up, get serious about who you are, what your goals are, and continue to, blossom and be the best you imagine yourself to be, right? So that's what I got from the bold, blossoming, and medicine woman, right? Definitely with that healing. Because we asked about healing. That was a question. What can you continue to do? What can you do to continue healing and protecting yourself this month? But then with Mawu, Mother Earth, I believe that's referring to the goddess within you. But it's also turned kind of opposite everything else, and it reminds me about how the flower of life turned upside down. It came out reverse, even though there's no reverse aspect for the card, right? So to me, it's like the same thing with Mawu, Mother Earth. You took a long time getting to this point, or the long way, but you're finally here, Also, it's kind of like a reminder. I feel like the way it fell out on top of the money or the some money card is not to get too wrapped up in the material things and material wealth, because that could hinder this progress, that boss up progress, when your focus is the money. The focus needs to be you. The focus needs to be you. Bold, blossoming, being strong, focusing on yourself and your health, So, all right, I'm about to close out this reading, but I close out with a message from Postcards and Spirits. So, what does the water sign, collective water elemental signs need to know or need to hear right now for March 2020? One card, please. I know you guys, Pisces, there was a lot to be said for Pisces. This was a little bit longer than I expected, or it seems, I'm perceiving it to be longer than I expected. But anyways, I don't know, is that Pisces energy that I'm picking up on now? Yeah, just a lot of talking. I'm just hearing a lot of chatter, because I try not to be this talkative, but I just find myself finding it hard to stop right now as I tap into that water energy. So wow, and now when I give the cards the floor, nothing, right? I'm just talking to myself now, so I'll take the top one. Yo, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancers, y'all annoying. Y'all really do talk too much, so y'all don't talk too much. Y'all talk just enough. I like talking to Scorpios. Scorpios are fun. They have a lot to talk about. Interesting people. But anyways, I'll read these two postcards. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. But we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. It's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Loving you so much. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity, an ego, you begin to see through the eyes of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you can sure feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see the magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind in alignment with universe. Wow, I'm seeing things. You know what? I know. Your mind in alignment with universal divine intelligence is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are loved and we are all behind you. So, yeah, if you can't connect the dots with those two postcards, like dang, if you can't connect the dots with this whole reading, then I don't know, maybe you need a personal, but I don't think that would help if you got a personal and you can't even connect the dots with the general. But anyways, I hope that helps. And yeah, protect yourself and don't forget to be the change you wish to see. See you later now. Bye.